Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. All of my thanks for our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us all of His mercies and blessings so we can live up until today without no sadness, pain, or struggles. Secondly, I would like to thank you to all of the judges, viewers, and other participants who has given me the chance to join and participate in this English speech competition. Before I deliver my speech, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Shafira Zeta, 7th grade, from Rohmah Putri International Islamic Boarding School. I am here today to deliver my speech under the title, Our Earth's Heart. Now, what do I mean by our Earth's heart? Earth has a heart. Is it in the center of our Earth? No. Don't get me wrong. Earth has a heart, but it's not quite like the human's heart. A human heart is an organ that pumps blood and helps us breathe, right? Well, the Earth's heart also helps the Earth, technically creates oxygen for the Earth. And what does that mean? That means the Earth's heart is the forest. Huh? How come? Because the forest is where so many trees would grow. And why is that? Because the trees also produces oxygen and fresh air for the earth. Now, what will happen if our heart is hurt? We would get really badly sick, right? We would have a hard time to breathe. And maybe we could actually also die. Well, unfortunately, that is the case with the Earth's heart. Because now, a lot of the forest in the Earth has been long gone because of human activities. And why does humans still do these activities, even they know that the forest is a really crucial thing for the Earth? Well, it is because a lot of the humans that does these things ignores the consequences that comes with it. Like when they make factories, they would automatically chop a lot of trees in the forest or straight up just burn them, right? And those waste could get rained on and they would go down to the ground where a lot of water is actually stored there. And that water, we actually use it oftenly, like for drinking, washing clothes, and so many of other daily activities. And if we use that water, we get sick and our skin can get irritated, we can get so many diseases from that. Isn't that sad and really dangerous? And of course, there is something like cars. Cars make moving around so much easier, right? Well, yes, but it also emits so many carbon dioxide that makes our ozone layer more thinner. And what does that mean? That means our Earth is more hotter, and that is what is called globalization. And let me ask you, what does actually globalization actually affects for us, humans? Well, globalization can affect really badly for both our environment and ourselves. Like, for example, there is the glaciers and the north and east pole. There is a lot of ice there, right? And what will happen if something hot touches ice? The ice would automatically melt, right? Well, that is the case with the north and south pole right now. And that would make the sea level rise and rise. And there is actually a lot of cities in this world that is actually pretty low. So a lot of them, because of this globalization, could get absolutely covered in water. Like our own city, Jakarta, it is actually pretty low, and a lot of person have heard, right? There is a lot of floods there. Well, that is because of globalization, and there's so many other effects that harm our own beings. So, how can we actually fix these problems? Well, there is a few little habits that we can do to actually save our Earth. First, turning off electric devices when we don't use them. Why? Because a lot of electricity that we use in our daily lives actually comes from coal, nuclear electric plants that emit a lot of carbon dioxide. And then another thing that we can do is use more public transportation rather than private transportation. Like, rather than driving cars, motorcycles, we can use subways, bus, and maybe taxis or other traditional things if you want. And another thing that we could do is not smoke. I mean, it's pretty easy, right? It's actually helping our environment and our health. And for all of you that is actually pretty interested in want to go into more ways to protect our Earth's heart is by researching about solar electricity. And actually, this has been pretty widely researched by a lot of big industries. A lot of big industries are actually interested in solar panels because they are actually a lot more cheaper for the long term and more safer for the environment, especially like industries that are more focused on cars and other engines like that. Now that we know how to save our Earth, let's start to change from now on. That is all from me. Thank you for your all of nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.